like, low-key, I think that's all I got.
No, that's great. That was a great rant sesh. How long was
Just click record. It's as simple as that. Cool. So Christmas music, holidays are around the world are happening. Well, holidays are happening all the time, but holidays are approaching winter, December. Right now we are recording in November, but Halloween is over. Y'all probably listening to Christmas music. So this begs the question, when is a good time to listen to Christmas music or even Hanukkah music or holiday music? I feel like there's other music besides Christmas, but since we celebrate Christmas, that's usually what we think about.
Sure, sure. Um, I mean, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, in the U.S. for sure, the thing is probably most synonymous is like Christmas music. That's the title that goes with it. You can say holiday or whatever, but I think most people are pretty chill if you just say Christmas. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, at least in the U.S. But yeah, Christmas. Chris. I feel like. I mean, look, it's a free country. You can listen to anything whenever you want anything. But you can listen to most things whenever you want to, any time of year, any time at the time. But for me, man, if I hear it before like November 1st, I'm just like, dude, come on, dude. Please, come on, dude. Just wait. Just wait.
No, that's valid. Especially with Halloween too. A lot of people celebrate Halloween, and obviously that's its own little section of music. I know for me,
Yeah.
September, October, I'm usually listening to more. Well, I don't listen to too much Halloween music, but I listen to a lot of video game music. So,
Ah,
Nintendo Halloween songs. Usually that's my playlist
yeah,
during that
the
time.
the
Very, very
the
festive.
Boo Mansion soundtracks.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Bowser's the castle.
Yeah, it feels a little weird to listen to a Christmas song during Halloween season. So I
It
definitely
does.
do agree, like after November.
Real quick, Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas movie or Halloween movie?
Oh, that's a great question. That's usually a follow-up question I would ask people when I
Yeah,
ask like, what's the right time to listen. I would say it's a Halloween, but it does have Christmas elements in it. So
straight up.
what would you
Yeah.
say?
I feel like the gold pill answer is like, well, it's both. It's like, and it totally can be, but I've always associated it with Halloween. Like, I know it's about Christmas, but I've always associated it with Halloween. Yeah.
It's true. I mean, if you think about it too, it reminds me of our have you seen the movie Rise of the Guardians?
Uh, is that like the Owls of Gahul?
No, that's I think that's the Rise of the Guardians.
Mm.
Rise of the Guardians of Gahul. But Rise of the Guardians, it's a DreamWorks film that have Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, when Jack Frost and
Yeah, yeah. It's such a good film. If you haven't seen it, I
oh,
recommend checking it out. But that begs the question because it's during Christmas time, but obviously you also have Easter happening.
right.
So is that an Easter movie? Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but like I feel like the always like the I feel like the beauty of those movies is they really kind of capture the feeling of like because especially for Nightmare Before Christmas, like I think most people, if you ask them what is your favorite holiday, they're gonna say Christmas or Halloween, maybe Thanksgiving because of the food. As I get older, I find myself appreciating Thanksgiving more because of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but for most people, even adults, like will say like Halloween or Christmas. And so I think that's the beauty of like a movie like The Nightmare Before Christmas, where it kind of captures that idea of like, dang, I like both of these things, and now they're both together. And Halloween, I think what people get so upset about when they play Christmas music so early is that it already feels like Halloween comes and goes so quickly. Like there's no for Christmas you go out and there's people like in Christmas sweaters all the time. It's cold. It kind of suits it. People are drinking hot cocoa. Everyone kind of gets in the holiday spirit sooner. But Halloween really like maybe there's some Halloween parties, but you can't just go out walking around in like full mask and gear unless because you're probably gonna scare people. And not in like a fun Halloween way. You're just gonna make people uncomfortable. And like Halloween, it comes and goes in one night, and then it's like bam. It's like that's always kind of why I like being like well, I mean, one of many reasons why I like being Mexican, but it's because we have like Dia de los Muertos that comes right after. So it's like, oh, sick, dude. I got like another day grace period to
Yeah,
just,
right. You can wear another
yeah,
holiday costume.
exactly. Yeah, I can still do face paint and stuff, and I'm not like, no one can bother me. Yeah,
No, it's true. And I think too, especially with Christmas, at least with me, and I'm starting to get more comfortable with Thanksgiving, being Native American. Like I've always questioned that. It's
I
like,
feel
is
you.
that a holiday we should celebrate? And well, that's for another conversation. But with Christmas and Thanksgiving, it's that sense of community, that
Yep.
being around, making time to be around people that you love, whether it's family, friends, or even lost ones too. In
Yeah.
this being in the United States, we were just talking about it before recording, um, that we're just so busy nonstop. We don't have a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That is something, huh? Yeah, man. I feel like as I get older, the less and less I get to enjoy Halloween. Cause like, yeah, cause like it's not a national holiday, so I don't get the day off. And also I'm a tutor and I'm self-employed anyway, so it's not as if I would get the day off regardless. Um, yeah, so it is kind of tough. I still Halloween is just so much. I think Halloween is carried so much by nostalgia, and I mean that in the best possible way because Halloween's so much fun. Because
Yeah,
really, anyone can celebrate Halloween. You don't need to be a kid. Anyone can celebrate Halloween, but it's carried so much by nostalgia, and I think that's why like so many people. Because all my friends work on Halloween. You work on Halloween. We're doing something on Halloween. Very few people have Halloween off, so it's like, yeah, man, it's definitely like dang, maybe the fact that we don't get to celebrate it to its fullest makes us like it even more because it's like a it's like something out of our reach, but we want so bad, you know?
yeah, yeah. I think you can even tie into like other holidays too that we don't have off, like Valentine's Day.
True.
Shameless plug. We have an episode. We do cultural holidays around the world. So there's a lot of holidays that aren't celebrated or aren't well known in the United States, but they're celebrated in other countries like Ireland and India.
Sweet,
Go check those out if you haven't seen those episodes. But
sweet.
yeah, no, there's a lot of holidays that aren't nationally or not recognized or aren't reserved. I know a couple Jewish holidays. Right now, certain school districts are finally allowing students to take that time off because of Jewish holidays.
That's crazy. They weren't letting them take the time off before.
I mean, if we follow. God, I remember exactly what it is, but I think it's Georgian calendar that we follow. I think we follow according to, I'm not going to go into it, but because I don't know it off the top of my head, but we
Those are
follow a Christian
Gregorian.
Gregorian. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's found on, I think, Catholic Christian Foundation. So,
right. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, and man, that's crazy though. That's so surprising that like they would like not. I guess it's not that surprising.
yeah.
um, yeah. I guess I know where I live. I know my country.
Yeah, right. But
um,
going back on the music and stuff, you mentioned nostalgia, and I did a little bit of research, just being curious on what does music do, and I feel like you have maybe a better say in this, being like in arts and theater, is that certain songs and certain forms of media, it creates that memory of what it
yeah,
was like at certain time period. It brings you back into time, obviously nostalgia, back in time
totally.
to I guess a better place or something that made you happy or gives you that sense of feeling of something.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I mean, I'm not like I am by no means like a scientist by trade. All I know is that like the strongest the scent that is most strongly connected to like our memory center is smell. I know that for sure. The scent that is the most strongly connected. But as far as like creating those memories, that makes sense because my dad isn't like the biggest fan of Christmas. He's not a big holiday person in general. He's gotten more over the years, but when I was younger, he definitely just had like a cynicism towards it. He was a little bit of a Grinch, but he would still participate, you
Yeah.
know. But he then like when he explained to me his childhood that he was like unhoused, and like he says that his like earliest memories and like he said that for like unhoused people those times of year can be the saddest because you just go and you see people being so happy with their family, with loved ones, like people who care about them all around them. And if you're unhoused and if you're like over here, like with away from all your family, maybe you're an immigrant, maybe you're from the other side of the country, like you're fucking that fucking depressing. That's really depressing. And so yeah, like I mean that's even kind of why like my dad kind of like to this day is kind of like you know Christmas is whatever because he still kind of has that like trauma or that kind of like sad that sorrow with it, that deep like memory of sorrow. Um, so but whereas for me, I mean like I grew up not unhoused, so you know like I have pretty good memories with Christmas, and I think most people have. I think the vast majority of people have very good memories with Christmas, even if you grew up in like a very like low income status. I think the time of year when you would get the most like splurging or get the most like togetherness with your family would be Christmas, if nothing, you know, if nothing else, togetherness. Christmas music is as well as heavily carried by nostalgia too. Huh? I just yapped for a while there.
No, you're good, you're good. But to piggyback on that too, there's a couple people who don't like holidays and probably even don't like Christmas music or just certain music in general because it reminds them of
Yeah,
that lacking of, you can say.
yeah.
Yeah, no one likes being reminded of events that tell negative events that have happened. Christmas music, a lot of it does talk about being with family or being home for the
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
I think I wish I did research on like what's the most popular Christmas song. I think Michael Bublé is like a top one.
Oh, that's a good
Uh,
album.
yeah, really good singer. I think that's how much I know about songs.
Yeah. No, he's a solo artist, probably with like a band. Yeah, he's a solo artist. He's a yeah, no, it's funny you say that. Like a lot of like Christmas songs talk about like togetherness and family. I can imagine if you don't have a family or like a traditional family, you know, and you haven't found like a found family. I can imagine how bummed out that would make you. Like all these songs basically just being like, I love being with my family. If you don't have a family, you're a freaking loser. You're no family loser, no family having loser. I hate you. I'm glad you're alone.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you. Nobody likes you. That's what these songs are saying to you. I mean, that's not what they're saying, but that's what you hear. You're like, I freaking hate Christmas. I would
Yeah,
just like to
right.
think
He's like,
too.
I'm against Christmas. Ugh. All that.
I'm a Grinch. I'm proud of it.
Shout out to the Grinch Nation.
Shout out Grinch Nation. Shout out. Hey, I'm your family. Come on, family.
Yeah, no, it's important to being around people that you love. Uh,
Yeah.
all jokes aside.
I empathize with the Grinch, really. If you don't like Christmas, I understand. So to answer the first question, I think no, for me personally, November 1st is like when I'll start playing it. If I go to the mall, I was at the mall like in September and I heard like a Christmas song and I was like, dude, there's not even decorations. Yeah, like what's even going on here? Like what are you doing? But yeah, you know, corporations make a lot of money off of that nostalgia too. So that's why they start playing it sooner and sooner. So makes sense.
Maybe the Grinch people aren't mad about the families. They're mad about the corporate people that are making money off of nostalgia and all the memories that we have.
Dang.
You see?
Maybe the Grinch group, maybe they're all communists. That's why the Grinch wore red.
Facts, the Red Scare.
The Red Scare, Red Scare, communist Grinch.
Communist Grinch.
Communist Grinch.
I feel like that's a username somewhere.
Definitely. Commie Grinch.
Hmm. Because if you think about it from the movie Grinch, he steals from this pretty. Can we argue that city was pretty well off. They're pretty wealthy.
Very affluent. A very affluent city. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, hmm, is he the Robin Hood?
Kind of. I mean, he didn't rob any poor. I didn't see him rob any poor people. If anything, he was the one. He was a homeless guy. Kind of. He was kind of a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, maybe the Grinch was just saying our Christmas, your Christmas. How about our Christmas,
Maybe
comrade?
we've been doing it all wrong the whole time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe that's the comrade Grinch.
Comrade Grinch. CCDG.
CCG.
Communist Comrade Grinch.
Corey Grinch. Yeah, 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 yeah. CC. I got it. I picked it up. My guy.